So here we have a 1950 Plymouth Special Deluxe. This car is going up for sale, so we're gonna do a little walk around video to show the car. I'll put it up on a lift, we'll look at the undercarriage, and just give a really thorough video to show this car to any potential buyers. So, start with 9,700 miles on this car. I'll look at the interior here in a little bit. I believe it's 9,755, if I remember right. The odometer does work. I have a notebook logging the miles on the car and all the maintenance done to it in the last 25 years. We'll look through that here in a little bit. That'll be part of the video. But for now, I'll just show you the outside of the car. The paint was done in 2003, maybe 2004, I believe. I'll show you that in the notebook of notes kept on this car. That is in there. Really clean paint. There are some imperfections. She's a little bit dirty right now. I had to clean it up for the pictures, but it's been sitting in the shop getting a little dust on it. Small imperfections, you see that. It's like a little sun damage, it looks like. I mean, holding up good for a 20-year-old paint job. It really is. But small things. Trim's a little dinged up, a little scratch here. This car's never actually been restored. It's been painted, it's been kept up with, but you'll start to see what I mean when we get to the bottom of the car. This is all original sheet metal. I mean, this car just doesn't have a rust problem at all. I'll show you the damage in the floorboards. I mean, that is very minimal. The floorboard is still good in this car, but there are small rustles in the floor, very minimal, and pretty impressive to see on a car that's 73 years old that it still has a floorboard in it, because that's actually not common. And it's never been patched. This car's never had sheet metal welded onto it. I've looked hard for that. So all original panels, clean paint. Like I said, it's not a perfect car. It's a driver. I mean, we got scratches on the bumper. I mean, this is probably the original bumper on this car. There's a little dent right there. I mean, this thing was driven. Well maintained, for sure. Garage kept, no doubt. Like I said, little small imperfections in the trim. Really nothing serious. As far as paint imperfections, I noticed this paintless door right here is a little worn. I mean, it's must have been rubbing right there at one point. It doesn't seem to have an issue. All the doors open really good. Rockers are perfect. They got plenty of pictures of that to show. There is the service manual, brochure, notes for the car. We'll go over that here in a minute. The dash interior is really clean. I mean, it's all here. Radio, I was told it works. I haven't actually tried it. Pretty cool features of this car. Your AC, you get this lever right here. Push it down, and you got a really good airflow. I used that the other day, and I was surprised how well it worked. When you drive down the road, you open that bad boy, and you got fresh air in your legs now. So that's your AC for the car. It's all still functional. You know, starts with the key. Headlights work, all the switches work, lighter still works. Like I said, 9,700 miles, 9,758 miles right there. All the gauges work. Oil pressure runs around 50 to 60. Car starts up and drives really well. We'll start it up here in a minute. I don't know if I mentioned that yet, but yes, the car runs and drives. Alright, we're gonna get in the car and start it. Engage the clutch. There she is, fires right up. Bump the key. You can see oil pressure there. Really looking like 50 or so PSI. Fuel gauge, I believe, does work, and I do think this car is about out of fuel. So that's that. 9,700 original miles, and that does work. I got a log of miles in the notebook over here. We'll look through that here in a little bit. And temp gauge works. The little amperage meter appears to work. Car drives really good. Runs really smooth. I got the Plymouth on the lift, so we'll give y'all a little undercarriage inspection. We'll start at the front of the car, and right off the bat, you see that panel right there. It's in real good shape. Just a little surface rust, but no holes, no damage. Frame rails really straight all the way down. No evidence of accident on this car. Everything is in really good shape. Same on this side. Frame rails really straight all the way down. Take a look at the suspension. This thing's old school. Everything's got a greaser insert on it, so this is a car that needs maintenance. They get down here and grease this stuff every few years, and it looks like somebody's been doing that, so that's a really good sign. Some of the stuff might be new. It looks like it might be a new tie rod, relatively new, but the car drives really good, so I haven't been concerned with suspension at all on this thing. Engine is in good shape, not leaking any fluids. I got more detailed pictures of all this stuff in the for sale ad. Even the fender wells and stuff, all that stuff looks really good. You can see more detailed pictures in the ad. I'll have posted soon. Transmission's in good shape. We put new fluid in the transmission, new oil, did an oil change on it. Frame rail's perfect all the way down. I mean, this car is safe to drive. That is something you have to look at. So you see the mounting points for the leaf springs, all that stuff's in good shape. Just a little bit of surface rust, really not a problem. Leaf springs are in good shape themselves. You got your what do you call those, shackles? Shackles are in good shape. Looked over this car pretty good, trying to find anything that made it not safe, and pretty impressed with it. Gas tank's in good shape. Rockers are really straight on this car. Really straight, no rust. So, did find some rust on the car. Really, the only rust I'm finding on the car at all is in this floor, which is really common. And even with what we have a hole here. We got a hole, small holes developing here. A little bit here, still pretty solid. It's not caving in or nothing, but that's really common to see rust in the floorboard. Water collects in there, and you know that's what happens. But this floorboard's in really good shape. Also notice nothing's been repaired under here. This is all original sheet metal. Really impressive. This is a 1950 Plymouth, all original sheet metal in this car. I haven't found, even on the body, nothing's been cut out and replaced. It's all original. Come around this other side. I'd say the floorboard on this side might be slightly worse, but still not terrible. All this, I mean, it's all solid. There's no rust holes in anything in here. It's pretty impressive. We got a rust hole right here. Very small spots coming in right here. That's the worst of it right here. Even that, that's not great, but that's very minor for this kind of car. And for that to be original floorboard in the car, no repairs done to it, I would say it's in great shape. Muffler has a small hole in it. The car does have a little sound to it. The exhaust does. The exhaust sound doesn't bother me at all in this car. Actually, I kind of like to hear the engine. But a little bit of rust holes in here. This is a spare tire carrier. Definitely a low point in the trunk. That's gonna happen on a car that's old. Look at this panel in here. I mean, it's just perfect. It's amazing. Northern cars, man, this would be destroyed with rust. It's a Texas car. So included with the car comes the service manual. Anything you need to know about the car is in here. There's a really good book to have with the car. Yep, that's the best information you can get on this car. If you need to figure out how to fix something, this is where you start. Pretty cool to already have that with the car. This is the brochure from 1950, most likely a recopy, but still pretty cool to kind of look through it. And then we have this log the previous owner kept up with. Here we got a receipt for 6-volt battery. We have fuel mileage calculations on the car starting in 96. I guess he started writing this stuff down. 4,400 miles on the car, 45, 46. I mean, this was 25 years ago, 26 years ago. And it goes up until 2020. So 24 years of notes on this car. Pretty handy to have. Read through here before. It mentioned the head gasket was changed. Radiator was flushed out. New paint. And what year is this? 2004. So the car was painted in 2004. I'm positive that's the same paint that's still in the car. And what else we got? Can't really read all that, but it goes on. It's 2016, replaced points and condenser after no start, no spark. Points where Warren also had to adjust point arm to shift. So this guy maintained the car. 2017, car had 9,600 miles on it, got an oil change. 9,600 miles in 2020, so the car has 9790, I believe, right now. So, you know, only 100 miles have been put on it since this last log. You know, I think that's about when the old man got tired of driving the car. So, we were talking about a 90-year-old old man. So, he did a great job. Keep up this car. This is really good stuff to see, and it will stay with the car, be part of the sale.